Hey guys, Coyote here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to some more Banished. Banished episode 4, and hopefully the first episode where I won't be creating a new village somewhere during it. As I pointed out at the end of the last episode, we have enough homes for all our people, fair amount of food, fair amount of firewood. Late autumn it's only -5, which is definitely a good sign. Now, I'm going to drop builders back to laborers. I'm going to increase the number of gatherers by 1. I'm also going to shift my cat over a little bit. She's kind of nestled right up against my side here, and I need to adjust where I'm sitting. She's a very loving cat, but sometimes she's a little clingy. Okay, things are good. What was I doing next? I don't want to build this house yet because I don't need to build this house yet. I'm going to throw this guy back into firewood making, and then for the rest of this winter, my 5 laborers are basically just going to gather resources. So let's start off with cutting all this wood down, all these trees, because a lot of it is going to be turned into firewood. There you go. Now, while I'm gathering resources, let's kind of plan out where things are going to go. Now, I have to expand in some direction. I mean, I could maybe build a bridge and cross the bridge and expand over here, but with these hillocks and these mountains, it's going to make it difficult. Not to mention the fact that this hill right here, right in the middle, is really rather poorly positioned. Alternately, I could expand up this way, clear cut all this out, and build my village up this direction. The hills and ridges kind of helps keep it confined a little bit. And I could do like forestry up here maybe, or over here. Or I could even do the forestry over on this side, although the small size it would make it tricky. Actually, with the presence of this lake here, I kind of almost want to do the village over here and have some fishing stuff along here. But I guess we'll have to see. And maybe having the forestry down here would be the best, because it's it would be fairly close. But then, or I could do the forestry over here, across this little river. A lot of options. The positioning of a lot of these hills is going to make it difficult. Eventually I am going to have to do mining and quarrying, but I don't want to do it anywhere near, the bulk of the village. I kind of want to keep it away because it's fairly ugly looking and it mars the landscape in a bad way, and I want to avoid that as much as I can. Not necessarily because I'm an environmentalist, just because it doesn't look very nice. Let's pause the game for a moment while I continue to look around. I guess I could do like a quarry or a mine down here, because there's not a lot down here, and I wouldn't be building down here anyways. And same with right here, it might not be bad either. So that's something to keep in mind. I could probably do the trade depot right here, right where it's nice and flat. Like I said, do some fishing up here. Have like a secondary mini village over here, a tributary village that would ship food in. Alright, let's unpause. See how things are going here. I want to make sure that the firewood is kept up. Did I designate this tree for cutting? I don't think I can until that marketplace gets designated, which I'm going to be doing probably fairly soon. Okay. So we've got lots of logs now. Getting kind of low on the stone, so let's go ahead and collect some of that up as well. Let's get rid of all this here. Late winter and it's only -5. That's not really that harsh. The last couple of winters in the other maps were a lot harsher. So I'm kind of glad for that. It's definitely contributing towards my people surviving better than they have been. You know what, let's get rid of some of this iron here as well. So we're going to have to start building more tools soon. We're down to 7. Alright. So what do we got going here? 4 gatherers, 1 woodcutter. Wood cutting is coming along nicely. I definitely need to expand on the food though. So I think... Wow, early spring at 0 degrees and it's suddenly green everywhere. That's very nice. I think I'm going to just do an initial fisher right, maybe right here. That should get a good chunk of the river within its boundaries. Alternately, I could do it down here, which would be quite similar. Down here actually would probably be closer. No, actually up here might be closer. Hard to say. I don't feel like counting each individual little square, you see. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop this guy out of wood cutting for now, since we've maxed out our firewood. Almost done gathering all those resources. I prefer to do resource gathering during the winter rather than the spring, but I designated quite a lot of resource gathering, so it wasn't really a lot that could be done about that. Okay, let's get this next house going. That way we can start getting some families growing. There seems to be a little bit of an oddity in how fast children grow up. Some people have speculated that it's basically 1 quote-unquote year per season. I haven't really been keeping track, but 1 year per season sounds pretty reasonable based on how quickly people grow up, and the fact that adults, or the fact that when you reach 10 they start to be basically of adult breeding age. I don't know if there's any way for modders to adjust it so that the years are a little bit more linear rather than the way it is now. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Okay, so we have only 1 person living there, really? 4 people living there because there's 2 kids, a kid. Okay, so I guess we'll have another person living in here shortly, but for now that person's living by himself. So with that in mind, let's take a look at what we need to do next. We want to get that fishing done, set up. That's under food, fisher, right here. Let's take a look at the 2 possible locations that I was looking at. Right there's not bad. And the other location was down here. I think I like up here better. Yeah, we're going to go right there. So our fishing dock is going to be right... Can I go like this? How far out can I go? Looks like that is it. Done. Fisherman will be right up there. And we'll also get rid of these trees and this little bit of stone and iron once that is built. I think I'm only going to assign 2 people to fishing to start with. I may even drop 1 gatherer out. Actually, reminds me, how are my gatherers doing over here? Last season they gathered probably close to 1,800. I'm just off the top of my head, probably close to 1,700 or 1,800 food, which is awesome. It shows just how awesome gatherers are. They actually could probably stand to be tuned down a little bit. Alright, so we got that foundation laid out. Let's get rid of those resources that are there. Just keep them working. And then I think once that's done, I'm going to start building the marketplace. No, I've got to build the blacksmith first, because we're getting low on tools. That seems like it'd be a bit more important. I also want to make sure I rearrange these so that they are better located rather than in the temporary spots that they are now. So much to do. So much to do. I think because the marketplace... Oh, that's really big though. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll have houses directly around the marketplace and then services on the other side of the houses. So it's kind of like having a, like in SimCity, having a commercial zone in the middle surrounded by a bunch of residential zones surrounded by some industrial zones. Although this is going to be really light industrial zones equivalent. Okay. Alright, so the fissure is not quite done. They've gotten rid of those resources. So let's go ahead. I'm going to designate some early roads just so I can keep better track of where things are supposed to be going. That... like that. Whoops. And then... I'm a real stickler when it comes to my roads. At least in this game. Okay. I can't remember if laborers will build those or if builders build those. So let's wait and take a look. Looks like it's not the laborers. I know it's the laborers that remove roads, so I'm not really sure why it's not laborers that build them also. Do we have another person living there yet? Yes, we do. Alright. So, blacksmith. Gotta get that up and running. Blacksmith is under services, or under resource production. There we go. I think what I'll do is I'll place the blacksmith directly... do I want the road to go there? Yeah, we'll do it like that. So once the foundation is built up, we will, oh, it only needs 2 builders to do a blacksmith, that's fine. Okay, that's good, and we're doing okay on food and lumberjacking. I'm going to only have 1 fisher guy for now. Because we're doing okay on food. This is just to provide a little bit more variety. And, let's see here. We're going to have enough iron. Reserve of stone is low. Oh yeah, it is. So we're definitely going to have to start gathering more stone. Once we have the foundation laid, I'll just throw out some stone cutters, like right here, right there. We're also getting, I guess the logs isn't too bad. Alright, so that's done. Let's cut some stone. Cut this stone here. We'll ignore this stone for now, but we'll take that stone, that stone, that stone. So that's going to be a fair amount of stone, but it should take us into maybe even through the winter. Okay, it's going to take a little bit longer to build just because of how many build points you need, but that's fine. Firewood we're still doing okay on. Food we seem to be doing okay on, for now at least. I should probably mine up this iron at some point because we're going to need it for tool building. And I still haven't started on the market yet. It's kind of been a low priority right now, unfortunately. Alright, this is almost done. Oh, almost done. Kinda. Come on, faster! I wish for some of these smaller buildings you could assign more builders to it, like 3 builders instead of 2. It'd be very, very nice. But unfortunately, for the smaller buildings, you only get a few builders available for them. Almost done. Excellent. Ah, they went on a... oh, maybe not. I was going to say they went on a break, but looks like we got 1 guy still working on it. There you go, done. Got a guy in there to do production of tools. And we'll throw down this road right here. Just for now. The stone that we designated looks like it's mostly been cut. Not getting a lot of stone out of it though. Ooh, okay, so how much stone were we cutting up here? I might as well get all of it. Just a little bit more over here will help. getting low on logs. I guess it's not too bad. I'm going to drop out both of the builders for now and throw in another fisherman. So I want to make sure we don't starve over the winter. So the one fisherman has managed to catch 56 fish, which just isn't that many. Our gatherers are doing pretty good. Not quite as good as the previous year, unfortunately. That might be because of the development up here. I'm not really sure how much development affects gathering. Sometimes the hard data is a little lacking. Are we almost done with this stone up here? Wait, are we cutting stone up here? No, apparently we're not. We were. We're not now. Okay, so this is almost done, I think. It is now cold out, 0 degrees. Food is holding, firewood is holding. Although I guess we'll have to see how the firewood does as the winter goes on. And how are we doing for people? We have one potential adult. Yeah, one potential adult that can move out, so we don't need to build any more houses yet. And this pair, what was this pair? This pair, oh, they just had a kid actually. Stell, daughter of Selin and Garland. Excellent. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, it's daughter, right. Okay. Logs are starting to fall, so let's cut some more wood. Let's get those ones right here and right here. And right here. Well, maybe not right here. Yeah, right there. Okay. So things are holding steady. We are into our second autumn, and we have not collapsed. Nobody's frozen to death yet. Nobody's starved to death yet. I am very much pleased with how things are going. Wouldn't mind a little bit more food production out of our fisher people, but it'll do for now. And yeah, our gathering was down a little. Oh wait, it's still autumn, so we do have a little bit longer to go. Our blacksmith is going to be building up to 50 tools. Cutting down that to make sure we've got lumber. Actually, our firewood is holding steady without having a woodcutter, which is good. It's -9, so that may change abruptly, but I guess we'll have to see. Let's put one builder up so we can get that road, those roads being done. So after the first year, it's pretty much a matter of making sure that your growth is steady, that it doesn't stall. I've had a couple of villages where the population growth stalled because I didn't build enough houses quick enough, and then people aged past the breeding age and there wasn't enough children to replace them. So that's one thing you got to keep an eye out. You don't want to expand too quickly because you'll run out of food and you'll run out of firewood. But if you don't expand quickly enough, you're just as likely going to fail. So it's a real juggling, a real balancing act, which is one of the things I love about this game. It's fairly simplistic in the fact that, you know, there's only so many buildings you can build, but there's a lot of factors to keep in mind here. This game, and it's only going to get better once the modding opens up. I was looking at a little interview with the developer, and you're going to be able to mod almost everything in the game. From what I was understanding from the article, the main things that you're not going to be able to do too much modding of, or any modding of at all, is like AI behavior, and I guess it's because of the way it was coded in C++. But he used a tool to do like all the buildings and stuff, so you know the horizons for this game for modding are almost limitless. I'm just hoping that they'll be able to find some way to add in things like even skirmish combat, where you know you got a couple of people and you got to fight off some bandits. That would be pretty cool. But for the most part, just the way this game the future of this game is just so bright that I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad I'm loving it. And on that note, it's actually wrapping up time. So I want to thank you all for watching, and take care. See you soon. We get some more Banished going.